Nature is a wonder full of immense beauty, awe and danger all wrapped into one. It's what created us and every other animal on our little earth, and what keeps us strong even if at times it humbles us. The fauna and flora of this world is breathtaking. Our world keeps many secrets of civilizations gone past. What amazing things could we still find? So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 amazing discoveries to do with animals and our history. Wild chimpanzees seem to know 400 words. It's typically taught in schools that chimpanzees are genetically related to humans and that they are believed to be our closest living relative in terms of the animal kingdom. However, what is not as well known is the similarities between our 2 species. Studies have revealed that chimpanzees appear to be developing a proper language used between them. Scientists have recorded over 900 hours of wild chimpanzees communicating and believe to have discovered several hundreds of repeating words. Unique words and phrases have been detected in these recordings, meaning that we could be witnessing the developmental phases of basic chimpanzee language. This means we could see how they actually come into being and how it potentially could have been for our species when we first developed our early languages. Obviously, a chimpanzee's way of communicating differs from ours. They squeak, howl, grunt, bark, or scream, but it has been observed they often do so in various rows and combinations, which could very well be phrases or words. In 2020, Tatiana Bortolato, a German PhD student, spent time in the Thai National Park in Côte d'Ivoire, which is one of the last areas of primary rainforest in West Africa, where she followed and recorded 46 adult chimps. She then assembled a team of researchers from Switzerland and France to analyse her findings, the aforementioned 900 hours of recorded chimps. In the past, it was thought chimps could make distinctive sounds that resembled letters, but until now, it was not widely thought they were capable of advanced language with words and phrases. Linguists analysed the chimpanzee sounds to determine whether they were speaking or if the noises they made were randomised. The results proved that yes, they are communicating with words using the estimated 400 calls. Chimps will sometimes combine these calls to make them longer. It's possible the study missed various words due to their pitch. Just like with human speech, certain words might mean different things depending on tone, for example. A greeting grunt differs from a grunt of fear. Unfortunately, the research team were unable to find out what the phrases meant. What they did find was that some words are only spoke at the beginning of a sequence, while others are solely used at the end, reminiscent of human language structures. Chimps are incapable of forming the same number of sounds humans can, but that does not mean they cannot converse between each other. As far as we know, they are the animals with the most advanced vocals. A handful of other animals, such as lemurs, are able to utter sounds in couplets or triplets, but it is nothing compared to the 400 suspected phrases chimps can speak. Further research is being conducted into the matter, primarily to investigate whether they have actual sentences and clauses, or if their form of communication can truly be considered language by our definition. If they do speak in clauses, they have not yet been noticed by biologists. The investigation into chimpanzee communication will likely take a long time, but will hopefully come with fruitful results. Wild chimpanzee mother teaches young to use tools. On top of speaking up to 400 words, chimpanzee mothers teach their children how to use tools. Video cameras recorded chimpanzee mothers teaching their young in the Nuabali Ndoki National Park in the Republic of Congo. The chimps were collecting food near termite mounds. The study was recorded and analysed by anthropologists from Washington University in St. Louis. According to Stephanie Musgrave, a graduate student of anthropology, wild chimpanzees are exceptional tool users, but in contrast to humans, there has been little evidence to date that adult chimpanzees teach youngsters tool skills. We found that mother chimpanzees in the Goalugu Triangle teach by transferring termite fishing probes to their offspring. Musgrave states, in this population, chimpanzees select specific herb species to make their fishing probes, and they produce probes that have a particular brush-tipped design. By sharing tools, mothers may teach their offspring the appropriate material and form for manufacturing fishing probes. This implies that the chimpanzees are evolving to learn to teach from generation to generation. For humans, it's something we do. We pass on information, skills, and knowledge. Croquette Sands, co-author of the study, claims, "Our research shows that the evolutionary origins of this behavior are likely rooted in contexts where particular skills are too challenging for an individual to invent on their own." Musgrave's study also showed that these tool transfers are not easy for mother chimps to do, as their own ability to forage for termites suffers after teaching and giving their young their tools, but it greatly increases the offspring's understanding of how to gather food. This discovery is the first to prove in all criteria that chimpanzees are sharing knowledge and tools. Chimpanzees are known for their ability to create and use tools, much like humans. But, like humans, different groups of chimpanzees have different tools, which are used in different ways. This means that teaching is necessary for young chimps and for outsider chimps to grasp how to use them. Musgrave comments, "Studying how young chimpanzees learn the tool skills particular to their group helps us to understand the evolutionary origins of culture and technology, and to clarify how human cultural abilities are similar to or different from those of our closest living relatives." By studying these groups of chimps, we could gain insight into how we, as humans, formed our cognitive behaviors and how they can evolve and develop over time. The research showed mothers occasionally bringing several tools, sometimes dividing the fishing probe in half and giving one part to their child and the other to themselves. These intelligent solutions leave the child with the ability to learn while letting the mother demonstrate and termite hunt for herself. Sand says, "We have observed a generation of chimpanzee kids learn how to use these tool sets without having to spend a decade habituating them to human presence or risk exposing them to anthropogenic diseases." Archaeologists discover passageways in 3,000-year-old Peruvian temple. A team of archaeologists have uncovered an extraordinary network of tunnels and passages beneath the ruins of an ancient Peruvian temple that is dated back to more than 3,000 years. The temple, known as Chavin de Huanta, resides in the north of the Andes, which was once upon a time the center for religious and political matters for the citizens of the area. It's believed, based on the way the passageways were made, that they were built between 1200 and 200 BCE in the Andes foothills, earlier than the temple's labyrinthine galleries are thought to have been built. The tunnels lie 3,200 meters above sea level, with currently 35 confirmed underground passages having been found throughout the excavation, with more yet to possibly be found. All of the passages connect together in one large system. Archaeologist John Rick from Stanford University stated, "It's a passageway, but it's very different. It's a different form of construction. It has features from earlier periods that we've never seen in passageways." The discovery sheds light into the Peruvian culture and the history of Chavin de Huanta in a way never seen before. Researchers and archaeologists are hoping to uncover more of these enigmatic passageways in the future. The tunnels were used by the people of the Chavin, who were a large pre-Inca civilization. It's believed the passageways were utilized mostly between 900 and 500 BCE, at the height of the Chavin culture. The Chavin valued the temple and its passageways greatly according to the evidence gathered thus far. It was the major gathering place for the culture, where people celebrated, worshipped, and connected. In fact, it's thought that the Chavin de Huanta was a vital place for people outside the region who would travel there for important gatherings. Unfortunately, the Chavin populace struggled with social instability towards the end of their prime, circa 500 to 300 BCE. Over the ages, different groups of cultures of all sorts have occupied the area. Even in the 1940s, there were people who took parts of the ruins, such as stones, carvings, etc., to build their own homes. The tunnels were first discovered in 2019 after Stanford University archaeologists found one of them using a camera sent into a tiny duct in the temple ruins. The gallery was found during this time as well, a wondrous underground building which seemed to have something at its centre. But it's unknown what was once kept in the middle of the Grand Gallery. The name Chavin de Huanta was also the name given to the military operation conducted by the Peruvian armed forces when 72 people were taken hostage by a rebel organization in 1997 in Lima at the residence of the Japanese ambassador. The name was given due to the Peruvian forces having to dig a network of connecting tunnels to reach and rescue the hostages. There are thousands of mysteries abound merely waiting to be discovered. Our history is plentiful and our world vast. Brand new discoveries await us, and tomorrow could bring a myriad of new discoveries. But what do you make of these interesting discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.